name because I know Heather wanted me to report.
Okay. Peggy's on, but she can't talk.
I know. It's okay.
Okay.
She can just listen and absorb all the gloriousness.
Okay, good.
Okay, I'm tangled. All right. Okay, anybody have anything they wanted to talk about real quick before we start, or questions? No? Okay, so one thing I wanted to share that I'm kind of excited about is, so I was at Super Sunday this past weekend, and first of all, Lisa Newman decided she wants to actively coach all of a sudden, and I was just like, this is amazing, and she came Sunday with me, like, out of nowhere, and Corey was there too, and it was freaking awesome, and I was super excited about it. So you just never know when people are gonna decide.
And was it a costume theme, or did you just randomly go as the pink Power Ranger?
There might have been, but I just did it basically because it was the day before Halloween.
Cute.
So
I like
there
that.
was only a couple people dressed up, but they were like in tutus or something. So nobody was like Halloween. I was just like, I have this stupid costume and I'm wearing it. So whatever.
Nice.
Okay. So anyway, we were at Super Sunday, and the corporate video, you know, they always show one from corporate, talked about a few things. And one of the things is called the vital process that I guess they're coming out with. It's like a new part of coaching. I don't really know what to refer to it to, but basically in a nutshell, it was talking about the importance of having people as customers and in challenge groups before they are coaches. And it's something we had talked about in our group recently. So I thought it was kind of interesting how that kind of played out. But this is like something that corporate is going to be sponsoring. That's kind of like the 4 vital behaviors type thing. Like it's some new thing that they're launching soon, I guess. So I don't know if that means they didn't talk a whole bunch about it, but I assume there's going to be like some training about it and whatnot. And, you know, basically the premise is that, you know, like we've all decided that, you know, customers that love these products make the best coaches because they already love the products, right? So anyway, so I thought that was kind of interesting and exciting.
Well, that girl that I'm kind of obsessed with her right now, where I got the 30-day posting idea from her.
Okay.
But she does a lot what you do. She signs up her customers as customers only. Mm-hmm. She doesn't even give them the option of being a discount coach. So she signs them up as customers. And then if you notice, like I took a bunch of her posts. I didn't necessarily do them in her order because I kind of didn't like her order. But
okay,
she does a call to action for, hey, here's a bonus activity. Mm-hmm. And put this on your personal page. Tell people what you're doing for accountability. But her premise for doing that in month 1 is, number 1, you're going to see the people that are going to post in that group all the time, the ones that are super active. So just because they're super active in a group doesn't mean that they want to share it with the world. So this kind of pushes people outside of their comfort zone. Mm-hmm. And 5 or 6 times during that month, she says, go post this on your page. Make a recipe healthy. So I put that in our newbie group just to kind of try it out and test it to see, okay, so these people that actually go do it on their personal page, like those are the ones that we need to really target for a coaching opportunity, I felt.
Yeah.
I think that's yes.
It is.
I do too. I read that and I was like, how in the hell did one of us not think of that?
Yeah,
like
really
duh. Right? So,
but that's why honestly, like looking at what other coaches do is so important.
Yeah.
There's no way you can think of every possible way of doing something.
Yep.
And that's awesome. Because that really is the biggest hang up for 99% of coaches, right? Is, I don't like selfies. Oh, I don't want to post that.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, that was my freaking hang up forever. It's ridiculous. And now I'm freaking standing at the gas station taking a damn selfie, like with people driving by. I'm like, I have to look like a complete, like self-absorbed a-hole right now. And I don't even care. Like I started to pose with like the little nozzle. And I was like, all right, too far. Just put it down, Emily, put it down. Just stop. So anyway, but I love that freaking idea.
I do too. I missed a total good selfie opportunity this morning too, because I saw 2 girl hunters. It's hunting season in Southern California, and so 2 girls in their camo, their rifles leaning against their minivan, okay, and they're loading the buck that they just shot into the back of their minivan, and I was just like,
that is amazing.
Hell, I know. I'm like, I love to eat meat that somebody killed, not in a cage. Cool. Like, I'm so for that. But I don't know if I could do it on my own. But they had no man with them. And I was like, I got halfway down the mountain and I was like, I should have stopped and taken a shaky-o selfie with them girls and that deer. Like, I almost was going to be late for work and try and turn around and go back. But I didn't.
Awesome. I love that. So I love that. I also love that we are developing kind of a template that feels more like us, but that will make groups easier, because that was my struggle the last 2 groups that I was doing by myself. Not gonna lie, I suck at groups, guys. I suck at them because I suck at coming up with ideas, because all my ideas are like, all my creative energy is focused on like my posts on my personal page for the most part, and like videos and whatever, right? So I am appreciating the fact right now that you guys have let me basically come with my tail between my legs and be back in your group.
Okay. So this is kind of what I thought about for the 30-day post, is that we're all super busy. I get it. And so when Nick was gone, I did the odd days. So as you guys post, I'm going to drag them into that 30-day posting. As you get towards the end of the month, you're going to notice some of them are geared towards Thanksgiving, because how could you not?
Yeah.
So I'll change those up. Yeah. And then what I'll do each month is, so like who's ever going to be in for December, we'll decide the last week in November. I'll go in that document. I'll put, December 1st, Emily, December, I'll do that. I'll send it out to everybody, and then everybody can hootsuite it. There's no being confused. There's no, I just feel like it's super easy. If someone doesn't want to do what's on their day, they can do something else, but at least they know what everyone else is going to do, so it won't be a duplicate. And I just feel like simplicity, so much easier. Hard work up front.
Thoughts about it are that I'm still a little afraid that if we start having just one big group again, that people are going to get lazy. And so I like the idea for letting other, at least for my team, you guys, obviously whatever you guys are doing is fabulous and whatever. But as far as getting my coaches set up, I'm hoping to help them run their individual groups. I'll help with them or something, or I'll do kind of like you guys are doing, a smaller group with them, but using a template type thing, like you're doing, just to make it easier for literally everybody. Cause that's what we should be I don't know why I'm making it so hard, and then my groups just suck. Seriously, I'm not even gonna lie. The last week of my last group, I was just no one's posting in there. Why am I even bothering? I'm just basically ended up messaging them all individually, hey, how's it going? But I'm having.
I feel like when they're small, I feel like when they're too small, they suck. Yeah. I understand the too big. Yeah. But I think doing it, even if it's too big, even if, let's say we had 20 people. So let's say everyone that's on this call right now, plus Sunshine, because she's mine too. So I'll let her do whatever I'm going to do, But let's say we all did a group and we had 20 newbies in there. I like the idea of having a newbie group and then putting them in the graduate group.
I do think that will change the groups a little bit, because before I think we had a lot of like carryover people, you know what I mean? If we're just sticking to newbies in our newbie group, that is going to limit the numbers a little bit more. So that's not
I
so
agree.
bad. My main reason for wanting everybody to do their own group is just because I felt like my team in particular was getting lazy. Like,
well, we all were. Anything. It wasn't just your team. We all were. We were leaving it up to you two to do everything.
Well, it wasn't even me. Like, we just basically got to where, okay, did my workout. Like, that's all we were posting. Like, there was no value in there anymore. You know what I mean? Like, I just feel like this has made us refocus on the fact that challenge groups are so freaking important. And we need to make them easier on ourselves, but also give people more value. And so I think that's kind of where the shift has come. And I think it's been a good thing. And so now that we've kind of shifted our focus, maybe it's okay to kind of start coming back together.
Well, and I'll say this, I tend to leave people in that even if they cancel their Shakeology, if they're still actively doing the program in the graduate group, even if they're
all mine.
Okay, but let me tell you what I did this time. Okay. So anyone that is not purchasing Shakeology, that did not post at all last month at all, I put them out. It's like if you're not doing Shakeology anymore, you're not technically you're my customer because my name is on your. You know what I mean? If they're a coach, it's a little bit different. But if they were a customer and they haven't posted a single thing in 30 days, I sent a note to them. Are you still, how are you liking your program? Didn't get a response, taking them out of the group. Because I just feel,
weight in there.
Yes. And I don't want this group to get to 100 people and we don't know who's active and who's not. Right. So you guys don't have to do that with your people. But like Angela canceled Shakeology. I told her I'm not taking you out of the group because I want you to still work out every day. Within 10 days, she ordered her Shakeology again. Yeah. She's like, I can't be without it.
That's kind of the struggle I have with removing people.
Right. So I don't want to remove
kind
people.
Of a hope that even some of the people that haven't done anything in months, like I'm hoping that by like making this group super active and having a monthly different challenge that we're doing, that maybe it will kind of get some other people back on board. That's kind of where I'm at right now, at least. So I'm at least going to try it that way for a few months, and then I may change my approach because that's really all we can do is see what's working and then, adjust accordingly.
Well, and I made the group secret too because I started noticing that people were requesting to be added, and no one should know about that group. So I made that secret.
Oh, you're talking about the newbie group?
I'm talking about both of them.
Okay.
The newbie group and
that, because when people request to join my groups, I send them a friend request. And then I explain, well, this is a group that already is going on, but if you'd like more information about joining a different group, then, because if it's closed, nobody can see the posts in there. So it's not a big deal.
So this is my thought though. All of the people that I'm getting right now that are asking to join the groups are people that have been with Facebook. They look like they're 35. They look like they're gorgeous. They've been with Facebook for less than 30 days and they're in 150 other groups. And that's not real. That's just not real. So
no, that's not a real person.
Right. So
they're trying to spam your group basically.
Right.
They're going to join it and they're going to put some sunglasses, $9.99 or whatever the hell those stupid.
Yeah. But I'm not going to lie. I did join some other Beachbody coaches groups just because I was super honest with them. I just said I'm a newer coach and I will not, I don't market in your area. Like I don't know anyone in your area. I wouldn't, I just want to see. And some people are like, no, but there's another girl. There's another girl that told me, my group is only for my people, but I have a blog that I put, and that's how I found the Scrolls blog. So
that's cool.
Yeah. So
I'm trying to think of something. There was something else I was wanting to discuss, but maybe I'm wrong. Anybody have any questions? Kelly, how are things going for you, sister?
Fine. Just it all in. I actually had a couple. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, you were cutting out a little bit, but I can hear you now.
Oh, okay. Well, I actually had a couple people interested. One, I was like, oh, she's not going to do it. But then one, she even like contact me again because I wasn't sure how to like. I sent her the email. My husband just speaks in. I sent her the email and then I never heard anything from her again. It turns out I sent it to the wrong email address, so I resent it, and she started to fill it out. And so I sent her.
This is a Google form you're talking about?
No, this is like the challenge group email thing that you can send from the Beachbody.
An invoice?
Yeah, I think, yeah.
Okay. Like she said, yeah, I'm interested, and you sent her like the link to get signed up?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, she said she was like really serious or whatever. So then after she didn't completely sign up, I asked her if she was able to get signed up, and I haven't heard anything, and Facebook message says she hasn't necessarily seen it. But I just don't know like how to approach that kind of thing because I don't want to be like super focused on sales. I really am just here to mostly have my own success story and then kind of start.
Yep. So the way I handled it, so I used to be like, you feel, at least what I'm hearing you say right now, where it's like, oh, I don't want to bother them. Like if they, I used to think if they wanted to sign up, they would have signed up. Right.
Right.
And I saw something, it was actually through Teamsy, which is really random, but, that said you need to follow up like 4 times, like every day, like for 4 days. And so I started doing that, and I just will check it, like basically saying, something to the effect like, hey, I hadn't seen your order come through. Just wanted to make sure if you had any questions for me that I could answer. So excited for you to sign up, or so excited for you to join us.
Okay.
Another thing it talked about was always using language as if you're assuming they're going to join. So not saying, oh, I hope you can join us, saying, I'm so excited you're going to be joining us. That it just shifts something in their mind or something. But the feedback I've gotten has always been, oh my gosh, I'm so busy. Thank you for following up with me. Like people are actually genuinely like happy for the most part that you're like still thinking about them and not just forgetting about them.
Okay.
So it's just a different way of thinking about it. But that's the feedback I've gotten from the people when I do follow up, kind of a lot right in the beginning, that they actually appreciate the fact that like I'm reaching out and, really excited to have them and that sort of thing. So I wouldn't worry about bothering people. If they don't respond, they don't respond. And that means they obviously changed their mind, to be honest.
Yeah.
But I still send I send one the next day, and then I may wait 2 days for the next one, but I still, and then so if I follow up once and they don't respond, then the next one is usually something like, hey, just doing my weekly check-ins, making sure I'm not, forgetting about anybody that's still interested in joining us, something like that. And then sometimes I'll get a response then, oh, sorry, my week's been really crazy or whatever. So, and then sometimes people still ignore me. So whatever, you can't win them all, but.
And I say on average, it's like 7 follow-ups before you actually get some.
5 to 12 is the stat I've heard. 5 to 12 follow-ups, or not even necessarily follow-ups, but contacts with people before they actually decide to do it. So that's not necessarily like you have to message them 12 times, but let's say they have to see like a post from you 12 times, or you know what I mean? Like they have to see something about joining a group or starting a program or whatever that many times before somebody finally decides to pull the trigger. I mean, think about how we all are in things we order online. We have people that sell such and such, and just one day finally after seeing it, you're finally like, I really want to try that, like just randomly. And so anyway, so don't be discouraged.
Like, would you say like 1% of people actually say, leave me alone? Like, I don't think I've ever had that happen.
No one ever does that. They either just ignore you, or like I said last week or whenever it was, somebody that was actually my customer defriended me because apparently she did not want me to like be a reminder that she has decided not to be a healthy person. It's like, well, that's fairly extreme, but whatever.
That's awesome. No, that's great.
I've
I
had
love
a few
it.
people that have defriended me, I guess, just so I can't message them, but it's not very many. It's literally like 0.1% of my friends or something. So
that's hilarious.
yeah, it really makes me laugh when I'm going through TeamZ to like follow up with somebody.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah.
they're not in my friends list anymore. I guess they don't like me. Oh well.
Maureen, who she's in our newbie group, Maureen Crab. That was my boss, the one that just recently lost her job.
Oh yeah.
But she's a Plexus person too.
Oh.
So she finally wore her down.
Speaking of, can I just vent really quickly? So I have somebody that it's been like pulling teeth, but she's been in our groups, Jessica DeMarco. Do you guys remember that?
Yeah.
Okay. So she's a nurse. Like I didn't know her, but she knows a lot of the nurses I used to work with. Right. So I finally like reached out to her, and she already had like 10-minute trainer or something. So she's one of these people that I just signed up with me. Like she's no Shakeology, blah, blah, blah. Right. So finally, after however many months, she decides she's going to try it. I get her to sign up as a discount coach for a while, but she falls off. I finally am like, you might as well cancel your account. You're wasting money. So she canceled her coach account. And now like, oh, this was a person that when I say, you could, presenting basically the coaching opportunity to her, she's like, oh, I don't want to sell my friends things, blah, blah, blah. Meanwhile, she hosts LuLaRoe parties all the freaking time. Mm-hmm. And now the like straw that broke the camel's back, she's doing Thrive and has this stupid sticker on her chest and is like, Thrive Day 6. I feel so good. Who cares that I'm putting all this shit in my body, but I feel good. I was like, oh God, I just want to, like, I literally want to beat her up. And so now in my graduates group, like I still have her in there. Mm-hmm. And we're doing a challenge tracker app group, like where it's basically like a health bet. And that's how they're going to earn the prize, because it's the easiest way for me to track who's posting and who isn't.
Right.
So anyway, I'm like, you have to post Shakeology with a picture and workouts with a picture for it to count. And she has the balls to post a picture of herself with a stupid Thrive shake.
No, ma'am.
Literally one.
Oh, she's doing that. She's doing that to get your goat. That's hilarious.
I seriously.
Oh, she is. She's like, oh, watch me get Emily right now. Watch Thrive. It works. It works.
Uh-huh.
Tell her to take a picture of the site that she took her last patch off of and look at that nasty ass crap. Sorry for my language, but
seriously.
Angela did that before. It is a caffeine patch.
Yep.
And it leaves
so much energy because
I know, because you're on a caffeine drip.
I know.
You would just
don't even.
No, and literally when you peel it off your skin, the brown from the caffeine stains your skin, so you have these brown patches all over your body where you put the patch on. Like, who does that?
That's awesome.
What?
What did you do? Did you take her out?
No, like she didn't say it's a Thrive shake. I know it's a Thrive shake. Like, I can promise you she ain't winning my freaking prize. That's for damn sure. But whatever. Like, I don't care. To each his own, bless and release, whatever. But it was like, seriously, you just posted this?
Speaking of prizes, I don't know if you guys got the email about all the clearance stuff that's on Beachbody right now.
Is it all clothing or? Oh
my gosh, I got like a whole bunch of crap. Everything was like $6.99. So I got.
My drawers are literally busting. I
bought stuff, not clothes. Well, I bought a couple things for me, a couple pieces of clothes for me. I bought some more of those Autumn Calabrese leggings with the scrunchy butt, because those are awesome.
It's so good. But can I tell you, they give you the worst vaginal wedgie ever. ever.
Oh, they don't do that to me.
Oh
Oh,
my God. Like so far up my vagina, I can't even tell you. I wore them yet the other day. So awful. I was
Oh no,
like,
they
oh
don't
my
do
God.
that. I didn't notice that. Well, shoot, now I need to pay attention because if that's happening, that's
I
awkward.
hope Brian does not watch this playback, but whatever.
But listen, so they had the 21-day fixed insulated lunch sacks, $6.99. So I bought some of those. They had like cute headbands. They had water bottles. So I got like 10 things for $60.
Wow.
I'm going to use in our giveaways in the graduate group.
I need to do that. Okay.
Yeah, that's why I just said it right now,
smart.
just in case you want to do it.
Thank you.
I don't know if the sale ended or if it was just like, but it was like, remember day 4 at Summit when the stuff was like $2, $3? They had a bunch of that stuff. So there was a bunch of clothes for cheap, but then you just never know, like
Size-wise.
what size. Yeah. So
okay, that's awesome to know, though. Okay,
yeah.
cool. Okay, does anybody have any questions before we move on? Hi, Sunshine. How are you?
Hi.
I'm
Hi,
glad.
Sunshine.
can we give, I mean, if you don't have any, well, you may have stuff on the agenda, but can we give Sunshine like 10 minutes? Because she's having some struggles with a couple of things.
Of course. Go.
Do you mind saying it in front of everybody? It might help. Kelly's new too, and it might help her too, whatever you're dealing with. So.
Okay. Yeah, I just had like a little mini vent the other day to Brittany, and I know I told Kim a little bit. I've just been having a lot of frustration and trying to like get over it and just keep going. That I feel like I'm doing everything right as far as, you know, posting and being on point with people and connecting. I feel like I'm making some really good connects. And then I actually get to invite them to a challenge group. I get, you know, like crazy excuses. Money's always one, and I get it. But like I'll get excuses. They're just not interested right now, and I don't really know where to go with that except maybe follow up later. And then somebody specifically, I had just really connected really well with her. And then she told me she wasn't interested in Shakeology because the whole pregnancy thing, which I understood. I know I read some of Kim's comments, which were really helpful, and Janelle's also. But I understood where she was coming from because I was really paranoid during my pregnancy too. So I was like, okay, sure, you know. And then she told me she was doing Juice Plus. And I was just totally thrown through a loop, I guess.
Yeah.
So,
go ahead.
Brittany used to talk me down off the wall in the very beginning because I felt like I would invest so much time in one or two people. And then same thing, like Angela Cranford is my cousin. And months and months I was talking to her every month. And then all of a sudden she posts that she's doing Thrive. And I about lost it. And I'm like, what are you doing? But what you have to remember is we know that most of the other crap doesn't work. If something is telling you that you can take this or drink this and you are magically going to be healthy without having to eat right and work out, it's not true. It doesn't work. It's not long term. So by bless and release, so tell them, okay, I wish you all the best, you know, that's all you can really do, and then make sure that they keep seeing you and your success and doing what you're doing, because you posting on your regular page, they were open to it. Now they're going to go do something else. They're going to realize, I don't even know what Juice Plus is, but they're going to realize that
it's like vitamins and stuff. I don't really know either. I have people that
Like a tenth what's in Shakeology. It's stupid.
Yeah,
right.
It's stupid.
So
go ahead, Kim. Sorry.
No, I was just going to say it's hard not to get frustrated. I totally get it. But the more, like, I feel like in the beginning it's harder because you're just making these connections and you just got to keep posting on your page that this is working for you, because eventually we all know that this program works 100% of the time for people that do it. Like, I've never heard of not one single person anywhere that doesn't do the meal plan like they're supposed to, do the workouts every day, drink a shake, and they are not getting results. It's a program. It works. So They just have to see that from you. Some people
The
take a
other
lot
thing
longer.
too, it takes so long, Sunshine, to build credibility with people.
Right.
It just does. And it's unfortunate. And that's why most people don't make it in this business, because it's hard to like hang in there when
Truth
you know,
bomb.
nobody like, they're all like, oh, whatever, kind of thing. The other thing is that it can take 3 to 6 months for a seed you plant today to actually like bloom into something. So just remember that you are just starting, like you've only been doing this a few months, but the seeds you're planting now are gonna, the start of the year is gonna be like amazing. So try not to get frustrated. I still get frustrated. I'm telling you right now, Brittany, 2 weeks ago, literally, I was like, I'm about to lose my mind and I'm about to like never be like, I had one of those days, and they don't happen very often, but I had one of those days where I let one interaction with one bitchy woman like just totally get to me. And that's when I was sitting at, Success Club 2. It's like the 20 something of the month. And I'm like, this never happens to me. Like, what's going on? And I just started doubting everything. Right. So it happens to all of us, but just know that these connections you're making and the posts you're doing are so good, and you're doing so many awesome things. Like, I can't even tell you, it's glorious. It really is. And I promise you it's going to pay off. Just try not to get frustrated. This kind of ties into something I wanted to share with you guys. I'm going to screen share, actually. Let me look it up really quick. An interaction that I had, as far as Sunshine, you were talking about people saying, oh, well, I'm not ready right now, right? Okay. So I think part of my problem for the month was that I was hearing that a lot. And I just was like, oh, okay, maybe, I'll check back with you kind of thing. Like, I was doing that with everybody. And I finally, when it was getting towards the end of the month, and I was like, you know what? I can't afford to do that anymore. I need people to people to sign up and be ready. So I just changed my mindset, and I just wanted to share this one woman's interaction in particular. So let me screen share really quick. Hopefully you guys can see this, because I'm sure it'll be small, but I'll try my best. Okay, share screen. All right, you guys can see this. So this is a woman that I think she's in my stay-at-home doctor mom group, but I'm not exactly sure. She's at least a mom physician that somehow befriended me. Okay, so please note that I have never spoken to her before October 11th, okay? So I just did a general outreach, and I was making my list for the month like we were doing in the thread, right? So towards the middle of the month, I decided that the people that had actually responded to my initial outreach, I was going to invite some of them. So anyway, she and I had this long conversation, blah, blah, blah.
Wait a minute, you guys. Can you just look at the conversation here?
Look at it. Somebody I don't even know, guys. We had an amazing conversation. So I will say that because we had such an extensive conversation, that's why I felt more comfortable going ahead and inviting her. And if you'll look at the date on my invite, it's literally 1 week later, guys. So we're not talking about it took me a month or 2 months. Now, of course, this is not, absolutely typical or whatever, but I just wanted to share. Okay.
Yeah.
So I then sent her a thing through my event, right? Like, I just clicked on her name and it sent her a deal, and she clicked on interested, I think. Or maybe she said, okay. Or whatever. So anyway, I sent her my message like I normally do. So excited to have you join. And again, this is the wording again, guys, about like, I'm talking like she's definitely joining, right? Not like, oh, I hope you might join or whatever. So what I do is basically, I try to turn it to them, because I want to hear about their goals, what they're struggling with. And then I say, then I can give you some more details about the challenge group, and we can decide together if it's a great plan, a great fit for your needs. Sound like a plan? Okay. So she didn't respond. And in the past, I would have just been like, I guess she changed her mind or whatever, right? No, Emily doesn't have time. Guys, this is the 27th of the month and I'm at SC2, guys. So I'm like, hey, Carissa, remember when you wanted to join my group? So I say, can I give you some more info to see if it feels like something you're ready to commit to? And here she says, hey, sorry, I haven't responded. Things have been crazy or whatever. And so she shares some of her struggles. I always say, don't apologize. Life's crazy. So I just went straight into my part 1, part 2, part 3 thing that I normally use. I tweak it a little bit as far as what the specific challenge we're doing is, but it's the same general thing. I then end it. Does it sound to you so far? How does it sound? Does it feel like something doable for you? Okay. And then it sounds good. I'd like to try. And then I love it when I do this and I copy and paste from my phone and I had somehow had my name in there and I neglected to change her name. So stupid. At least I caught it right away. And I said, ugh, my phone hates me. You're definitely not Carla. Sorry, Carissa. And why did it type my name up there? Haha. Oh my God. I don't know. So I just was covering my tracks. But anyway, so here's my spiel about like what they get for the investment. And I tell them how much it costs and blah, blah, blah. So again, no response because I called her Carla, I was really getting worried. I was like, oh my God, I'm so stupid. Okay. So the next day I'm like, TGIF, Carissa, just wanted to touch base, see if you're ready. Hey, I don't think I can join this time around. It looks great, but I don't think I could wholeheartedly commit to it. Okay. And I was getting a bunch of this, guys. Please consider me the next time around. Have a wonderful weekend. And so I decided at that moment, I was like, I'm going to start delving into like what part of it feels like not doable for you. Is it the workouts? Is it the eating plan? To kind of get at a little bit more why they're feeling a little hesitant all of a sudden. Because she sounded like she was totally for it. And I don't know. So that's what I did here. And so I basically said, I have plenty of women who feel more comfortable making smaller changes rather than trying to change everything all at once. And honestly, getting started with small changes is still progress. Do you think the exercise or eating plan will be the tougher aspect for you, for Carissa? So she comes back. She says, I'd say the eating plan, blah, blah, blah. It's not crazy at all. So in a nutshell, I could go through the whole thing. Ended up convincing her, let's just get started with something, Carissa. It's literally better than nothing. I'm like, you can at least do Shakeology. You can at least start some workouts and start feeling better. She's like, okay, sounds amazing. Got her email. She signed up. She's now in my challenge group. So that felt like an awesome victory for me. And I was
that's huge.
So
that's a good one, Em.
I had a couple of different interactions like that recently, actually. And so I just wanted to share that as a new tactic or a new kind of overcoming objections that I came up with recently that feels like it's still really genuine because I obviously am trying to help her do something, anything to help her, right? And so even if she had come back and said the workouts are the harder part, I'm like, then why don't we just focus on the eating plan and start drinking the shakes and you're going to feel great. There's something like any small change is better than none. And so that's how I've been kind of trying to tackle that, overcoming that objection. Like, oh, the timing right now is not so good for me. Hopefully that helps.
Can you share that dialogue of that entire conversation, please?
It's so long. I'll cut out I'll piecemeal it, but yes.
Sure, not from your phone, just so that your wording was amazing. You totally overcame her objection.
I will say that overcoming objections is an art form, you guys, and
that you have mastered.
I don't want to say I've mastered it because last month was very humbling for me as far as feeling like I've mastered anything, but I really just, because I talk to so many freaking people, I just feel like I've gotten in the groove and I know how to do it. and be genuine about it and really let people know that it's coming from a place that I care about them and not just wanting to sell them some shit, right? So that's the difference. And I would, of course, be happy to share that with anybody that would like that. I don't know the best way to do that. Maybe put in the file section, maybe.
Yeah.
Because it's pretty long. So I can just copy and paste it into a doc.
I like it.
If you guys would like to. So anyway.
That's good.
Oh,
And Sunshine, I just wanted to mention too, the 3 people that just started in my November challenge group. So the 3 people, my SC6 that I got last month, they just started this month. I've went and looked at right now. I first invited them, 2 of them in February of last year and 1 of them in April. So, and then once I invite somebody, I'll check back in with them once a month until they basically tell me, I'm never going to do it. And they'll say, oh, I don't have the money, or I'm not dedicated, or whatever. So you figure that's 7 times or 8 times that I've talked to 2 of them and 6 times for the 3rd one. So don't get discouraged. Like, honestly,
when you reach out to them once a month, do they normally respond, or they just ignore you?
Sometimes they will respond and just say, usually what I'll do is say, like I have one now that she was one of the first people I invited. So I've been talking to her every month. So it's been almost 12 months. And usually I'll check in and just tell her, hey, FYI, how are you doing? Because she tries something new every month. Isogenics, then she tried Thrive, then this, then that. And she's real honest about, I don't want to have to worry about what I'm eating, and I don't want to worry about working out. So I'm super honest with her. Hey, is this the month that you're going to realize that the only way you're going to have success is to eat? Yeah. And sometimes she'll laugh and go, oh, I'm trying this month, but I know one of these days she's going to do it, because she just is going to be tired of, she's normally a very tiny person, and she's not really tiny right now. And so I just know that one of these days she's going to go, yes, it's this time. So, but with the 3 people, I will just reach out to them and say, hey, I know you were interested before and it didn't work out. I just wanted to give you all, especially if I'm going to do a giveaway that month, I wanted to give you the opportunity before I go public with the giveaway, and I didn't have to do that this month with them. So, I just reached out and said, hey, we're having a challenge that is based on gratitude. So it's everything we've talked about before, but it's really going to be based on gratitude and what you're thankful for. And the one person I just said, because I know a lot of stuff that she's overcome in her life, that I just said, I feel like you have a lot to offer this group, and this might be the month that you need to start. And she just responded back to me, send me the link. And it was done in 10 minutes. It was that easy. So you can't, it's easier said than done, because I started really strong in the beginning, and then I couldn't hit SC6 for like 3 months in a row. And I was doing everything right, and it just wasn't happening. So, and then all of a sudden now I have all of these conversations going. So just don't get discouraged and hang in there. And I suck at posting on my personal page. You don't. You do really good, and your posts in your group are amazing. So keep doing that, because you have so many people in your group. Like, I never had that many people in your Sunshine, what group I'm talking about, right?
Yes.
Yeah. I never had that kind of following on my personal group. In fact, I very rarely post in it. So those people will come around.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, sometimes I feel like they come to me.
Go ahead.
I get the message first, and sorry, I couldn't hear you.
That's okay.
I'll get the message first from them, and they're asking me. They're reaching out.
Mm-hmm.
So when I go back, and then I'm still not getting anywhere with them, I get discouraged, of course. But I know, I know to stick with it.
I'm telling you, there's so many people that will click interested in my event, and they literally won't respond to a message. It's like, what did you think this was going to be? Like, you thought you'd never have to talk to a human? I don't get it. I don't know. But it's just the nature of people. And like, they'll obviously like get a wild hair one night and they're like, yep, I'm ready. And then the next morning they're like, meh, I'm going to go eat my McDonald's. Like, it's just the way people are. So don't be discouraged. It's not anything you're doing wrong. I will say, you guys, if you're ever like if you just feel like in general your conversations aren't going well with people, then that's maybe a time to send some screenshots or something to, you know, your coaches or me or Brittany or whoever, to say, hey, you know, can you maybe look at this and see if you see anything that maybe we could tweak a little bit or something like that. But if you feel like you have really good conversations going with people, and you feel really confident in that part of it, then it just takes more time, sadly. That's just kind of the way it is. But
Can't bother you. Are you reading PD and anything right now?
Me?
Yeah.
me? Who?
Sunshine.
Yeah, I'm reading the GoPro. Am I saying that right? Pro.
Mhm. GoPro.
Good.
On Audible. Uh-huh.
Really?
And then Kim gave me another one to start.
Okay.
I gave her the Tony Robbins one that we did as a
The
group,
CDs. Yeah.
the CDs, so she can listen. She drives too, so she can
Yeah.
listen to it in her car.
Those are really good.
And then, yeah, I'm doing right now, which the content is great, but I cannot stand listening to the guy's voice. So, how to win friends and influence people, and the content is amazing. But
Crazy.
me
That's
too.
how I feel about the 10X guy. I cannot.
Oh yeah, no, me either. I can't either. But I
Unless they
feel
punch him in the face.
I
No.
almost feel. Oh no, the 10X guy.
yes.
Oh no.
No, he's so stupid.
Mhm.
The way he
Oh
talks.
my, give me there.
People.
I hate it. I hate it.
Yeah.
So you have to find stuff that speaks to you, because obviously we don't all agree. I'm glad Peggy's sleeping on our call.
I know. I just said someone needs to screenshot that. It's
And I'm
hilarious.
totally doing it right now. I'm totally doing it.
I'm going to point to Peggy. Everyone point to Peggy.
Oh my God. Okay, point. Oh my God, it's so good. Okay, I did it.
That's so funny. Glad Peggy Sue Ann.
Oh my.
Were you going that night? That's hilarious. Is she's like overseas now, right?
Oh yeah, she's in Europe.
I think
somewhere.
yeah, so she's probably jet lagged. That's funny.
You can go to sleep, Peggy. It's okay.
Yeah. Okay, I'm going to go finish watching the World Series. Are we done?
Okay, I think so. Does anybody have any questions? I mean, I'm happy to stay on if anybody needs anything else. Sunshine, does that help you feel a little better and not so
Yeah,
discouraged?
that was really helpful being on the call. Yes.
Okay, good. Angela, how about you? We hadn't heard from you. How's it going? Angela's my mom, in case you guys didn't know that yet. So
What?
I just call her Angela.
Uh-huh.
Hi, Angela.
Hey, Emily.
How's it
How
going?
are you? It's going. I have, you know,
Okay.
I don't have much to say.
All righty. Well, Peggy Sue is sleeping. Kim's going to go watch baseball. And I guess that's it. If nobody has anything else, I will share that conversation in a document. I will do it now because otherwise I will forget.
Sunshine, I would go through the end of her conversation, totally reel the lady back and just read through it and kind of see how she talked to her. And you can apply that to any.
Okay, absolutely.
I'm going to do the same thing because I have a hard time with overcoming objections too. That's why it takes me 7 months, because I won't push back. So I'm going to switch up my approach now that Emily said that.
An art to it, you know. Basically, the strategy is like empathizing. Like, I understand, like, that was an objection for me too, or you know, I have other people that struggle with that as well. It's something like validating their concerns, and then you go into, let's find a way to make it work for you. Or like the price objection, for instance. You know, I love to use the, you know, I know that most people are wasting $4 a day on something. They're going to Starbucks every day, or they're, you know, eating out every day, or like, it's about priorities. You know what I mean? Like I can basically overcome any objection somebody has. It doesn't mean they always sign up, or they'll just come up with something else. You can tell when somebody is literally just fishing for like an excuse, you know what I mean? And then, so then with those people, I usually drop it. But if there's somebody that has a legitimate like reason that they're not ready to commit, then I try to do my best to kind of get at the root of that and overcome it with them. So I'm always happy to share those things with you guys.
Honestly think, because this is health-based too, that people really need to be convinced by somebody else that they need this. And I feel like consciously they want you to convince them that they need.
Well, especially for moms, guys, we all know how that is. Like, oh, I don't like to spend money on myself. Oh, I don't like to, devote time to taking care of myself. Like, we all have those thoughts. And so giving somebody the permission and telling them that they're worth 30 minutes a day and they're worth $4 a day, like, that goes a long way. So, anyway.
And telling them how good you feel. Do you do that? Do you relate to them? Like, yes, I know how you feel. Before I started, I felt like that too. But now, do you kind of do that thing with them, Sunshine?
Oh, absolutely. I keep it real. Like, really real.
Yeah. Again, Sunshine, most of your problem is just going to be that you haven't been doing it long enough. That's just the fact of the matter, because most people will think that this is a thrive, or, this is just some crazy crap that you're just going to do for a couple months, and then you're going to go straight back to your old unhealthy ways. So the longer you've been doing it, I mean, Brittany's been a coach for 3 years. I've been a coach for over 2 years. It just takes time and consistency. But once people see, okay, this isn't a fluke, this isn't just some random BS that she's doing, now I'm interested. Like, this girl's onto something. This works for more than a month or two. Like, now talk to me. Okay. So just hang in there. I cannot stress enough how important it is to just hang in there. I promise you, it really does. Everything will just suddenly feel like the floodgates have opened, and like everything just gets so much easier. But you're doing an awesome job, and just keep doing what you're doing.
Okay. I have a quick question.
Okay. Go for it.
Okay, I have a quick question regarding my challenger. She did the on-demand, and she's going to do the prenatal workout with Autumn. She really wants to do some sort of yoga. And because I've never done that workout, I was just going to kind of start watching it and go through it. Is there any yoga in that actual workout, or is there anything that I can recommend her?
If she's doing Beachbody on Demand, there are 2 separate total yoga programs on Beachbody on Demand. What's that?
With her being pregnant.
Yeah. If she's going to do yoga, it doesn't really have to be pregnant yoga. Like, these are at least the 3-week yoga retreat is not super advanced. She's not going to be like balancing on her freaking hands or some crazy crap. Like, it's totally doable. So I would definitely recommend the 3-week yoga retreat, because they're all 30 minutes still. I loved it. I think it's awesome. They're really good at explaining the like movements and everything. So even if you've never done yoga in your whole life, I think it's awesome. So that would be my rec for her.
Yeah, I did the 10-minute trainer yoga this morning just because I had like 10 extra minutes and I needed to do it, and it's pretty easy too. So
yeah,
like there's nothing that she couldn't do at 9 months pregnant.
I'm trying to think of.
Is Tai Chi on BOD?
Yeah, but I think a lot of it requires equipment. Because I had tried to do it. So I would just do the 3-week yoga retreat.
And I noticed this morning when I signed on to Beachbody On Demand, let me see if it's still there. Because it had the 3-week yoga, and then it also had a compilation of every yoga.
But a lot of those are really long.
Yeah.
Long.
Yeah, there's like hour-and-a-half ones. There's all bottoms. There's Shalene's. They have like anything that has to do with yoga on Beachbody On Demand is put into one compilation.
Yeah. It's like Yoga Studio.
I'm looking right. Yes, Yoga Studio. That's it. Thank you.
Yeah, I see it. Okay.
But I still like the 3-week yoga retreat because they're really good at explaining the moves, and they're shorter. So that would be my rec for her. I was going to also say, you guys, so I started Core to Force today, and I had done the sneak peek. The workout I did today, first of all, it was 47 minutes for that, but I did it anyway, even though I was real pissed about it. But it is freaking hard. this is not an entry level. So I was going to do a quarter force, like whatever. It is not a beginner program. I do not feel. And that's after doing one. Like, I can't even tell you the variations of push-ups that they were wanting me to do. I'm like, come again now? My leg was like under my, it's crazy. So
that's like the challenge, the P90X3 challenge. It's the whole workout is push-ups and pull-ups, all different variations.
Yep.
But
that's what this was.
I hate MMA. Like, I cannot stand this movement. I hate it. And so I hadn't even tried it because it's like, I hate
how much of that there is. So the sneak peek one, it was a lot of punching.
Right.
But like the one today, it wasn't at all. So
it wasn't?
Not much. No.
Okay, then
I'm saying is don't recommend this to people that are like, I haven't worked out in a year. No, this is not the program you want to set them up with, because they will be pissed at you. When I first started coaching, because the only 2 programs I had ever done were like T25 and Insanity, like all Sean T programs, and I was recommending max 30 to people. Like, what in the hell was I doing? Like, do you think any of those people are still customers? No. So I'm just forewarning you guys, do not, absolutely not an intro level. Like, they're too long, first of all.
Yeah.
And they're way too difficult. I've worked out for 4 years consistently, and this one kicked my butt today. So.
Okay, let me know how you like it though, like as you go through it. Because if it's a lot of, I hate the MMA workout in P90X3. I only have to do it twice a month, and I hate it.
Yeah, the MMA speed was like, it was like different combinations and stuff. But this one today, it was just like some lunges. It was like just a regular workout, basically.
Okay.
Like, I think they did a sumo squat, because I guess that's, you know what I mean? Like, but
right.
there's no like punching and stuff. So.
All right. Now, let me know how you like it.
I just wanted to give that warning. So
that's good to know.
Yeah. So, okay. Anything else, guys, before we actually sign off?
No.
Okay. All right, guys. Well, I will see everybody Monday, hopefully. And if you guys need anything, never hesitate to let us know. Let's make it an awesome month, guys.
Okay.
Okay. Good night, you guys.
Bye, guys.